translation does. What does a translation do?
It decodes.
What's that?
Decodes.
Decodes. Well, I mean, translation does decode when you're looking like translating languages and translating things like that. But if I'm talking about a graphing translation, moves, I like to think of it as a slide. So it's a slide. It's kind of what I like to think of it as. So it's a slide. So when you're sliding, you're going to stay the same direction. You're going to slide different ways. But you're always going to stay the same direction. I'm trying to stay in front of the camera. So that's a slide. You're going to have a rule for your slide. So this first rule says that it was x minus 6, y plus 1. Well, if I have x minus 6, what direction am I going side to side if I'm going back 6? So I'm going to go left 6. If it's y plus 1, I'm going to go up. Because remember, the x's are left and right. The y's are up and down. And now you just kind of count it out. Here's my original p. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1. There's my new p. I'm going to put a little p prime there. So wherever your new one is, you're going to put a p with a little mark, p prime. That tells me that's the new location. So q, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1. That's my new q. And then r, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 1. There's my new r. Reconnect. There's where I ended up at. So notice, if the translation does not change the shape. These two triangles are congruent triangles. I did not change them at all. All I did was to slide it around. They're also the same orientation. They didn't get turned. They didn't get flipped. All it was a slide. Are we okay, number 1? Number 2, I want you to give it a shot. And then I'll talk about it. So try number 2. You're doing x plus 1 and then y plus 3. The kind of thing about what direction is plus 1, what direction is plus 3. Yeah. Because it's plus 1, it's going to be right. Because it's plus 3, it's up. Yeah. So this is our rule. So our rule was x minus 6. That means I went left 6. Y plus 1, then I went up 1. So from each point, I counted left 6, up 1. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay. Make sure you label your points. So, the x is going plus 1. So if it's a plus, it's right. The y is going plus 3, so it's an up. So from every point, I'm going right, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Label it with the new t. T with a little prime. If I had to do something else, I put 2 little marks. If they asked me to do something else, it'd be 3 little marks. So whatever mark that is, that tells me what number of sequence it was. So S, right, up 3. There's my new S. Right, up 3. There's my new R. Right, up 3. There's my new U. I reconnect it. The two shapes look the same. If they don't look the same, double check to make sure you didn't count something wrong. So the first 2, I'm just taking a graph, I'm taking the rule, making a new graph. Are we okay on the first 2? Next 2 are virtually the same thing, but there's an extra step. So the next 2, It says find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after the given transformation. So on this one, it wants us to tell the coordinates. Now you'll hear me say a lot of this the next couple weeks until the test. Is the state tests sometimes have you graph things, but other times they give you a graph, they say that you've graphed it, and they want to know, where is this on the graph? What coordinate did this end up at? So you got to make sure you know how to get the coordinates at the end. So I'm going to do the transformation first. We'll get everything graphed, and then we'll do the coordinates at the end. Plus 4. If it's an x plus 4, what direction am I going? To the right. If it's a y minus 2, what direction am I going?
Down.
Down. So each one is going right 4, down 2. So right 4, down 2. That's my new j. Right 4, down 2. That's my new I. Right 4, down 2. That's my new L. Put it on this side. Right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2. That's my new K. Go ahead and connect. So there's my new shape. All I did was I slid it to the new location. Now down below, I'm going to give the coordinates. It doesn't matter what order you do the coordinates. Make sure you label it with the prime, the little mark. So the J, where did the J end up? 5, 2. Do move side to side first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 2. So it's at 5, 2. Let's do I next. Where did the I end up? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 3, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like 3. So 5, negative 3. Let's do the L next. So the L, it didn't go sideways at all. So 0, negative 4. And then finally K, 1, 1. So 1, 1. So those are my new coordinates. Make sure you label them with the prime, because you need to know those were the new ones, not the original ones. So number 4,
Doesn't matter the order we labeled.
so number 4, same basic thing, but I'm going x minus 2, y minus 5. So graph it, and then tell me the new coordinates. So go ahead and give it a shot. So give number 4 a shot. So since it's an x minus 2, what direction are we going with x minus 2?
Left.
So left. What direction am I going with y minus 5?
Down.
Down. So left 2, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my K. Left 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my J. M, left 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. L, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my L. Reconnect everything. So there's my new shape. Like I said, make sure it looks the same. If it doesn't look the same, you counted something wrong. Now, I got to get my coordinates. It doesn't matter where you start. I'll start at L, but like I said, it doesn't matter. So where's my new L?
2.
Be careful.
2.
2, 0. Side to side is first, so it's 2, 0. So 2, 0. Where's my new M? 2, negative 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, negative 4. Where's my new, let's do K next. 0, negative 1. Because this time I didn't go side to side, I just went down 1. So J must be at 0, negative 3. It's like I said, you need to make sure you know how to get the coordinates back out. Because very often on the state test, it doesn't have you give the final answer as a graph. It gives you have to give the final answer as where did this point end up. You may have to type it. You may have to do a multiple choice. Yes.
Can I use the marker?
Yes. Next two are the quickest two. So we've kind of come at this from almost every direction. On this one, you can see we have two graphs. So my graphs are here. I'm trying to write the rule. So my rule says from the original, now I've got two different colors up here, but you always know the original because it doesn't have the marks. So I'm starting here, and I'm going this way and up this way. Left and right first, up and down second. So my A is going back 1. So back 1 would be negative 1. My Y is going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Y plus 5. That's my rule. Every corner is going to do the exact same thing, so you only really have to check one of them. Just make sure you do like A to A, B to B. Don't do like A to C, because that doesn't make sense. So number 6, do the same thing. Write the rule. Write the rule. What did it do? Make sure you're going from original to new. Original to new. So I'm starting at this one because it doesn't have a mark. And I'm going this way, that way. So what did the, whoops, it's really this way first, then that way. Side to side first. So X, what did the X do? Plus 2, because I went right 2. What did the Y do? I went that way, so minus 2. So X plus 2, Y minus 2. Right and down. X plus 2, Y minus 2. So like I said, these are the easiest ones. Or I should say the quickest ones. They're not necessarily easy, but they're quick. 7 and 8, the last of the new stuff. And then the last 8, you're going to be doing pretty much similar to what we've been doing. Notice I don't have a graph. All I did was give you a set of coordinates. So I'm going from these sets of coordinates. I'm going to right. Well, is a right going to be a plus or a minus? So I'm going to add 2 to my x's. 2 down means I'm going to do what to my y's? Minus 2. So each coordinate, I'm going to add 2 to the x, subtract 2 from the y. So my w, my new w, negative 1, comma, 0 subtract 2 is negative 2. My new x, negative 1 add 2, I'm at 1. 4 subtract 2, I'm at 2. My new y, 3 add 2, 5. 1 subtract 2, negative 1. I'll put z down here. Z, 0 add 2 is 2. Negative 1 subtract 2, negative 3. Those are my new coordinates. So I found where the new one was going to be without doing any graphing at all. I just used my set. I used my rule. So 8, go ahead and find where those are going to be. Notice you're only going right. You're not going up and down. You're only changing the x. So 8. My new U, I started at negative 5, 0. I'm adding 5 to the x. Where did I end up? 0, 0. So negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Don't change the y. My new t, where did it end up? So negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Don't change the y. My new s, my s prime, where did it end up? 3. So negative 2 add 5 is 3. So 3, 3. And then my new r, so 5, negative 1. So those are my new coordinates. Those are my new. Now, like I was saying, each day there's going to be kind of a worksheet kind of with the same thing. So today was translations. Translations, you're sliding the object around. Tomorrow we're going to actually backtrack to circles, but it's still going to be graphing. So tomorrow we're graphing with circles, and then we're going to do reflections, rotations, dilations. And those are the 5 days this week. So let me go ahead and stop the video. Work on the next 8. I'm just collecting it.